Hey guys, it's me, Matt Gabriel, and I'm back with another video, and this one is on the Yashica T5. The Yashica T5 is a 35mm point and shoot plastic film camera, which is known as a cult classic for its Karl Zeiss 3.5 f3.5 35mm lens, which is here. It's known to be really sharp, and I've been using this camera for the past year now, and I can attest to that really. So some of the main features of this camera is a super scope, which is essentially so that you can shoot from the hip, so that you can look down and see what your lens sees from the waist, so you can get a different kind of dynamic when shooting, and I found that is quite useful. You also obviously got the viewfinder, place for a CR123A battery, and open it up, just the standard. You load the film from the right and to the left. So I've just realised that I haven't got a battery, so I'll just go get a battery and come back.
A few moments later.
Right, so I've opened it, and you just load the battery, like so. Pretty easy. But yeah, if you don't have a coin handy when you're out and about, not the best, but there we go, and now the lens protrudes. Thus. Right, what can we say about this camera? It's just pretty much your standard point and shoot really. I mean, you've got your settings on the top, you've got your different flashes, and the default is auto. When you turn it on, say you want no flash, close it, it goes back to auto. You've also got your timer, press that down, you've got 10 seconds to run away. You've also got this visual indication on the LED there, it gets faster and faster, and boom, taking your photo. So let's talk. So you half press to focus, full press to take the photo, makes that little noise. Not too much of a problem. On the bottom you've got the film rewind. So if you've used a 35mm point and shoot camera before, you'll be really comfortable, and you know, all the features that you want are kind of on there. So let's actually talk about my opinions on these features. So I guess the main thing is sample photos. So I've used this camera for about a year now. So I will give you a little montage, I guess, of some sample photos right now. Okay, so now that's done, I'm sure you'll be able to see that the pictures are really sharp, and they have like a really nice colour to them. I think for me, the reason why I'm switching to a different camera now, and why it's probably time to review this camera for me after using it for a year and a half, maybe even going on 2 years actually, I sometimes think the photos are a little bit too contrasty. There's too much like, just for me, maybe it's to do with the film that I'm using, but when the photos are so sharp, sometimes that can be to detriment as opposed to benefit, but it really depends on what your preferences are. And the photos, especially with the flash on, just look really great. I really like the flash is really bright, and it does all the job that you need to. You don't have to think about the flash because it just is there when you need it. Super scope, that is really useful, I've got to say. I mean, not many cameras have the super scope. You've got the T3 that has one, there's some rubbish Canon one that has one, and this has one, and I wish more 35mm point and shoot cameras had them, because they are so useful, and you know, this makes this camera better than the T4 in my opinion because of the super scope. It's also like weatherproof, so I mean I've used this in the rain maybe twice and nothing happened, so I've got that to go for it, I guess. But yeah, as long as you keep everything nice and clean, you can see the down there quite nicely. Okay. Yeah, so the lens is great. Super scope, you know, maybe a bit small perhaps, but I can't complain because it's on a point and shoot, for Christ's sake. I mean, it's a really nice size, fits into your pocket nicely. I think there's so much going right with this camera that sometimes, you know, it could be worth the £500 that it's asking, the £600 that people are asking for it, because, you know, if you get rid of the monetary value that it's worth, the amount of fun that you can have with this and the amount of use that you might get out of this kind of does mean that it's invaluable. It's a great camera. It's quite kind of hard to come by. So I mean, if you really want a camera that does everything and you're ready for it, and you know about film and you're ready for it, you're not just buying it because it's, oh, you researched and it's known as the best one straight away after 2 seconds, you know, I'd say go for it. People are going to say, oh, don't pay a ridiculous price, but you know, sometimes money and experiences and photos and quality of photos that you're going to get outweigh that, and I think that can be the case with this camera. I think for me, there's a few things that make it not that great for street shooting. I mean, you've got the super scope, but this flash, it's quite an annoying feature that I mean, if I'm shooting in street photography, I'm going to probably not have a flash on. So I shoot with the flash on, without the flash, turn it off, go to somewhere else, oh, I need to take a photo, it's now on flash again, I've got to go cycle through and turn the flash off. So there's that, which is a little bit of a pet peeve. I mean, you've got to remember, otherwise you're going to startle your subject, and they might, you know, you don't want the flash on if you don't want it on, kind of thing. You can leave it on, but obviously that's going to drain the battery. And I'm not sure by how much, but then you leave the lens exposed in your pocket. You could carry it around. It's got a nice little hand strap. I think really, like, the reason why I'm selling it is because it just doesn't meet the needs for me, but it can meet the needs for so many other people. I like a camera that I can put around my my neck, and obviously you can put a different strap on, but then it doesn't fall right. So it's just more about practicality than anything really. And then I guess the lens as well, but there's nothing I can say too destructive. That's not even the right word. I can't think of words right now, but you know what I mean. That's too harsh on this camera because it has served me well for so long, and I'm a little bit sad to be selling it. But I think whoever gets this I'll put the link in the description if my eBay is still alive. I've still got 7 days from the time of filming this to buy this camera if you'd like it. I've had this camera the wrong way the whole time. Oh well, who cares, you know. Yeah, I'll miss it. I will miss it. But if you're looking in the market for a really top grade point and shoot camera, then you can't go wrong with these Yashica cameras. This is a really nice size. The T4 is a really nice size. And the reason why I've had it so long is because it is really as close to a perfect camera as you can get if you're looking for good quality photos. In terms of like hitting focus, never really had many problems with it missing focus. It was really good at getting the focus right. And I've got to say, you know, if you're looking in the market for a 35mm point and shoot camera and you've got a budget, you've got a budget of within the asking price of these cameras, I'd say absolutely go for it. So thank you for watching. I hope this has helped. If you ever need any questions answered or advice or anything, you know, you can drop a comment down below, or you can message me on Instagram. I do reply to everybody who messages me because, You know, I'm just a normal person. I'm not a celebrity like everyone, like anyone. I'm just like you, really. So, and I had a point in my life where I didn't know much about cameras either. So I'm willing to help. Message me on Instagram at MattGabriel21, and I'm happy to help. I hope you have a great day, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.